Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Ultra Hardware number 96222 crash chain with vinyl cover and a zinc finish. This is what the 96222 looks like. Just in a bag. It's a relatively light-duty storm door chain is what it is. Immediately, I'd like to call your attention to the installation instructions, and a scan of it is down below. There is installation instructions for hold-up spring and nail, and then there's installation instructions. This model does not include a hold-up spring, so don't follow those installation instructions. There is a model that does include a hold-up spring, and that model is the... And that model with a hold-up spring would be the 15001. That hold-up spring is there. So if you want one that has a hold-up spring, which operates to basically... It gives it a third point. The chain is on the door and the chain is on the header. And when the door is closed, it's just going to loop down. If you want to have a third point to help keep the chain up and out of the way, that's the hold-up spring or hold-back spring. That would be the 15001 model that you'd want to review. Okay. Now, on to the 96222. This is what the item looks like. We are dealing with, and let's go over a visual review of the material now. They say 28 inch. It's probably going to be a reference to the length of the unit. Let's check that. Check the length of the entire unit. They've got 28 inch. Get that all the way down to the bottom, and yeah, sure, we're pushing 28 inch on this item. The length of the mainspring alone, the overall length, it's about 6 inch is what we're dealing with. Now, installing this is quite simple and straightforward, and the installation instructions are going to detail how to go about doing that. You'll get the vinyl wrapped chain. You'll get the mainspring. It already has its mounting bracket attached. You're obviously going to get a loose mounting bracket for the door. You're going to get the S-hook that you're going to need when you get all of that attached. You will then get 4 screws because there are 2 holes in each of the mounting brackets. Appear to be maybe a number 8 by 1 inch, like a truss head style sheet metal screw. So according to the installation instructions, you basically place on the header or the jamb what would really be the soffit of the frame. Or, you know, if you have a flush ceiling condition, it would go on the ceiling. I've seen them installed there as well. You're probably going to have... You know, looking at a cross-section of the opening, you're going to mount that bracket up here. Okay? And you're going to mount it on an angle like that. Okay? And you're going to pivot it towards a 90-degree opening, but there's really no other way to install it. Okay? So that's what it'll look like. The installation instructions tell us to install the mainspring 17 inch away from the, the door edge. What does it literally say? Attach bracket with large compression spring attached to it. Approximately 17 inch from side of jamb. Bracket should be attached at a slight angle to the door as shown. So what they're wanting you to do is to obviously have this positioned so that when the door goes from, well, it would go from this, right, to out like this. This is at the appropriate angle. You know, don't install. What I'm trying to say is don't install it straight in the header, because when the door opens, it's now going to be this way. Install it this way so when it opens up, it's at the proper sort of orientation. The bracket should be attached at a slight angle to the door as shown. Make sure bracket does not strike the door when closing, meaning when you attach the bracket to the underside of the header of the soffit, make sure the door closes and you're not hitting the bracket. Attach the S-hook and bracket to the other end of the chain and open the door to 90 degrees, then mark off and attach the bracket. So at this point you have the unit attached. Now it's hanging down, and those installation instructions said attach your S-hook, attach your bracket, open up that door to 90 degree approximately, or where you would like for it to kick in the sense of a hold open point, but can't really be greater than 90 degree. 90 degree, possibly greater than that, in the sense that you have that bracket held off 17 inches away, but at a certain point you probably want to make sure that you won't have any contact between the chain and the jamb, depending on where you ultimately install everything. You know, the length of this chain is really going to be based on also the door width, where you're going to place everything. So I might not attach anything until I knew where my door would lay out. I would probably have someone hold the chain on the door, move the door to the position where the hold open, figure a nice area on the header to attach it as well. I'd lay all that out before I started just attaching things per the installation instructions, because that 17-inch point is based on your door width in relationship to the length of the chain. So all of that may not conspire to mean 17 inches the magic dimension. If you've got something smaller, you might need to kick that out, you know, even further, I suppose, to prevent your door from swinging and stopping not at the point where you'd like for it to kick in terms of stopping. Zinc plated steel, okay, vinyl gray cover over the chain, sold as each, furnished with screws and zinc. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Ultra hardware products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. The name Ultra is synonymous with good quality imported builder's hardware. I wouldn't hesitate to review their catalog. If you are a residential client, I would look at their cabinet hardware. I find great quality, finish, and value there. If you're a commercial client, I would look at their hinges, their door closers, exit devices, and lock sets. Any questions on the 96222 crash chain or any other Ultra product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you very much.